morning from the beautiful Black Hills National Forest. I just feel this whole sense of calm now that I'm out of freaking Montana. I don't like Montana. I'm not going back there again unless I go to Glacier and then I go up to Banff and Calgary. I'm glad I didn't go to Canada. I was going to do that. But yeah, this is great. Little great detour. I've got 100 miles of driving today. I've got like 3 stops. So the first one is the gas station. The second is Spearfish Waterfall, Spearfish Canyon. It's about 12 miles away from here. And then cutting through the Black Hills National Forest to get to Deadwood. And then in Deadwood, I think there's a museum. No, Rapid City. No, Deadwood, yeah. One thing in Deadwood, like 2 little 1-mile walks. This is only a 1-mile hike. It's absolutely stunning. And then I've got, look at this. Look at this. Come on, people. Reminds me of Santa Fe, like the mountains of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Like, I love all this. I love going through these canyons. This is Spearfish Canyon. So I'm going to go through here and then go to Deadwood for like a minute, do the 2 little walks, and then head on to Rapid City for the rest of the day. Go to Planet Fitness, and then park up at Starbucks. And then I think I have like I don't know, maybe a 30-mile drive to the BLM. Yeah, so there's not a lot of options around here. There's a lot of forest roads and stuff, but just not a lot of options for parking close to cities. But at least I'm not paying for campgrounds. But if I do, I think it's half price. But I don't know how the state park system is for South Dakota for veterans. I don't know. I should ask when I get to Custer State Park. Maybe I can get a free state park pass or something. I don't know. There should be some incentive. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, like really patriotic people out here. So, I mean, they have Sturgis, you know, yeah, a lot of people with flags, a lot of people waving those American flags out here. They have to do something. But anyway, really pretty drive. So yeah, I'm just gonna go around the twisty, windy road. And then, yeah, after that, tomorrow it's Custer State Park. There's 3 big things tomorrow. Custer State Park, Crazy Horse, and Jewel Cave. So I have a 1:55 p.m. 30-minute tour at Jewel Cave. So I've got to be able to do the 6-mile hike in the morning, super early, and then Crazy Horse, which I think is just like Mount Rushmore. You just kind of look at it and it's done. I don't even think it's finished yet. They're still building it. And then going over to Jewel Cave, and then from there driving to Cheyenne, and that's Wednesday. Yeah, driving near Cheyenne, staying in a rest area in Pine Bluffs, I think. And then Thursday is just kind of a computer day in Cheyenne. Yeah, just kind of vegging and relaxing. Maybe go to Planet Fitness. I will, obviously. Work out there, and then head on into Denver Friday morning. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of friends to park. I did book the parking spot at Denver Airport, so it's like only like $20 because I get a 25% discount for military. Ooh, this is a twisty turn. Yeah, so I don't know if you can park out here in any of these laybys. This is so beautiful. Look at this. Look how stunning this is. Absolutely beautiful. South Dakota, I have not experienced enough of you. I need to. Anyway, I'll put you back on the holder there. So it's good to be back on the road. I did the right thing by staying in Bozeman. I really didn't enjoy being stuck in town for a month, but I needed to deal with the hand. I've taken the brace off for this morning, but I'll put it back on when I hike, just in case I hit a tree or something or whack my hand. Like, you never know. You're always bumping into things. When you're not injured, you don't hit anything. But when you are injured, you suddenly hit everything and anything. You know, constantly knocking and bashing things that aren't supposed to be knocked and bashed. But yeah, this is really pretty. It's very, very beautiful. Yeah, I don't know why my van was like pushing itself yesterday going up those hills. It was a long drive. There's there's somebody's house there. I don't know what it's like here in the winter. I assume it's pretty snowed in, but very, very pretty. Super pretty out here. Yeah, you just hit nothing for like 200 miles, 300 miles, and all of a sudden you get punched in the face with this canyon. So yeah, we're like in the canyon now, which is great. And there's deer, so watch out for that. Watch out for wildlife on the road. Be prepared to stop. I want to see a moose. I haven't seen a moose since like Grand Teton. So, and it's funny, like right now it's September 2nd, and the video that's out right now on September 2nd is my chat in the car in Houston. I haven't even left Vegas yet. I have my whole summer of videos that still have to get done. And right now I've edited like 22 videos in the queue. So I'm up to like just leaving Zion. So that's great. And after that I go into Cedar City and then Cedar Breaks and then Bryce Canyon for 3 days. So there'll be like, you know, maybe 4 videos for Bryce, you know, and I'm just gonna do them every day now because I have so much content. And then I go into Provo and Sundance, Utah for mountain biking. That just seems like that was at the beginning of the summer. That was back in June, end of May, beginning of June. What's over here? Everybody's parked over here. Why are you parked here? What are you looking at? I don't think that's the canyon. People doing donuts, it's funny. Yeah, I don't know. What am I saying? Yeah, yeah, so then after that I go into Idaho Falls, and I had like 3 days, 2 or 3 days in Idaho Falls, and I still have to do those videos, like mountain biking and going to the museum. So it's a lot. Like I suddenly, well, because I'm breaking the videos up by like a little bit more granular content, and just kind of making them a little bit more like topic specific. So that's great. Everybody stopped. Why are they stopped? It's all the Turons. Oh, it's a sheep. It's just like, get back in your car, lady. Okay, there's a mountain goat over here. Like people who haven't been to the zoo before. Okay. It's just like, don't get close to nature, people. Okay? Like, they just stand right next to it. Like, what is your problem? I don't know. Anyway, let me figure out where I'm going. I think I've got another couple miles before I get to the thing. It looks like it's a little busy down here. There are lots of pullouts, but there's also people's houses. So it doesn't say no overnight parking. This is public land. But I don't think there's any cell reception here. No cell reception. So, okay, let me keep going. So I want to be in the sun. So this is Spearfish Canyon. There is a restaurant here. It's a little like touristy and stuff, but it's fine. So I'm going to back up if this person lets me. And I'm going to park just back here where I'm in the sun, but not blocking a sidewalk. They always look at me. I'm like, lady, I'm trying to park a brick. You want to go or no? They just always look at me like I'm on crack or something. I'm like, I'm doing the most responsible thing right now, and that is parking appropriately. You can hit the other car while you're trying to back in, or not. I should go, actually, it's gonna get busy. I should back in. I think this is fine. Anyway, there's a restaurant here, and it's a little lopsided, it's fine. As long as somebody will park next to me. I do like the Nissan van for this reason, in that I can back into any space. This couple here is trying to, there's 100 spaces and they're picking the space right between these two cars. They could go over there. They're having a hard time. It's okay. So there's Spearfish Canyon Lodge. There's some adventure things over here. It just, suddenly you're just like smacked in the face with a town and a restaurant. So anyway, I'm gonna put my running shoes on because it's only a half-mile walk up and down. And there's a baby. The baby can do it, I can do it. All right, there's Prue. There's a lodge, and there's some people with commercial camera equipment. The most annoying thing, it's like at the Wave when the guys had all their stuff set up. We're basically ruining any ability for anyone to take the money shot. Okay, so this is the Canyon Trail over here. So it's 1 mile one way, so 2 miles total. So we start here, and I guess there's a Savoy trailhead, which I went past already. So I drove up here. So I guess we go this way to Rough Rock Falls, Spearfish Falls. Okay, so there's a bunch of different ones, so we'll go do this one. So it's just 0.7 miles. So I'm actually going to go up and around to the other side over there. So I guess we cross over the river. That's quite nice. Okay, we'll see how crowded it is. I mean, there's only like 7 cars here. So I guess the first part is the observation area down here. Okay. With all their camera stuff, and then we can do the loop to the other side. So let me go through here. All the pretty flowers, the wildflowers are beautiful. So let's see what's going on. There is a view.
Around this way.
Go over here. Everybody seems a little lost. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna hike around. Oh, it's nice and cold. Hike around to the other side so we can see the falls, but there's some of it there. All right, I'm gonna walk back Yeah, everybody's lost. It's like, this isn't it. You have to go around. All right, so behind the restaurant, we have the trail. So you just take this little road and get away from the commercial photographers. All right, dogs must be kept on a leash. Yeah, you can't really see anything from the other viewpoint. So running shoes are fine on this trail, a little bit of elevation, but you don't really need hiking boots for this. And yeah, I mean, if you're in a, all-terrain wheelchair or something, it's accessible. You just have to, make sure that somebody can help you up, or if you're in a motorized wheelchair, that's fine too. Lots of little sitting areas. This is great. Yes, I'm just doing like 3 1-mile hikes today. And actually, this is about 1.4 miles. It's just 0.7 miles out and back. And yeah, take a look at the map. So I'm already a third of the way. So yeah, this is kind of like the Poas Waterfall Park, which is awesome in Costa Rica. It's just, you're just hiking all the way down and you take a bus all the way to the top. But this one you hike down and have to hike all the way back up. But yeah, it's a pretty tame trail, so not too bad. And just me, proof of life, channeling other places like Las Vegas. Anyway, okay, yes, I've got my map right here. This is great. It's a nice walk. I've got 30-minute drive to Deadwood, and then, like I said, it's a 2.5 or 2-hour drive total today, 100 miles. So, and that's including getting to my rest area. So yeah, so just a lot of stops on the way, which is good. Van's feeling good. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it's not going to die on me. So I'm almost halfway. Super easy. It's probably just like maybe a 10-minute walk. But yeah, nobody's here. It's a Tuesday, the day after Labor Day. It was probably busy yesterday. Yeah, one way to offset the cost of travel is travel on the days that nobody else travels on. So it's also not necessarily cheaper, but you're just like not wasting time. Offsetting the cost also means like not going in peak season, not going when it's busiest, not having to wait in line and waste gas. That's a big deal too. Oh, there we go. I don't know. I saw a gas station where a Sasquatch had a leash on the dinosaur at Sinclair because their little logo is like, mascot is a dinosaur. All right, over the bridge. You can feel how crisp and cold the water is. It's so freaking clear. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my God, South Dakota. It's very warm, but there's no bugs, so that's also great. Yeah, I go back to Houston on Saturday, so not looking forward to another round of humidity, although it's going to start cooling down. In October, it'll be nice. It'll start getting, in the 70s at least, and not like 100 degrees 24 hours a day. And this is all shaded, so this is really nice. So I'm almost there. I love waterfalls. This is great. If you've ever been or never been to Olympic National Park, definitely check out the Coe Rainforest. It's stunning. I didn't have enough time there. I need to definitely go back. That was the other option, was to fly home from Seattle and go spend this, time right now getting to Seattle, but it was much better for me to go this way so I can get into New Mexico. Okay, there's a couple different observation points. I had to run down here because I want to be the only one here. Oh my God, it's a waterfall. You can see how wet it is, all the mist. That is stunning. Look at that. And there it is. And the backside of water is O2H, just to let you know. There's those photographers. Yeah, this is why I wanted to run down here, so they're going to set up all their shit, So there's the guy behind me setting up his camera. Go away. I think I'm just going to stand here for 30 minutes in front of his camera. Yeah, you have to have a permit, by the way. You can't just set up commercial camera equipment like that. Your iPhone is fine, YouTube is fine, but not when you're setting up an entire tripod with a 20-foot lens. It disrupts the experience for everybody else, supposedly, and also you kind of have to have a permit. So, yeah, the guys at the Wave were just total douchebags. This is really pretty. I want to jump in the water. I've only done one cold plunge this year. It's just the water's a little bit fast and I don't have a towel. And I don't want to trudge back, soaking wet. But you can get over there. There's people, it looks like people stood on the mossy little area. It's great. I don't know what they're doing over there. They're waving at me like, get the fuck out of the way. No. I'm going to stand here until I'm ready to leave. It's a public place and I pay my taxes, damn it. Anyway, Okay. There's some other observation points too. I don't know if there's, I don't see any fish in the river. There should be salmon over here, or trout or something. Anyway, okay, I'll go one more minute to piss them off and then I'll move. So, all right, so you're not allowed to go over here. Oh, okay. So you can go down here. You can get another picture of it right there. It's very pretty. So this is the other observation point. And then you can go down here. There's another little lookout area. Not sure what you can see down here. This is great. Apart from the little National Geographic people over there. There's a big old stick. Yeah, you can't really see anything over here, but if you wanted to fish, I guess you could fish off here if you have a thing long enough. You can't walk down into the stream side, so just don't do that, please. Okay. All right, I'm done. I'm walking back, and let's go 30-minute drive, and then I'll make some lunch when I get to Deadwood. Maybe after I do those little 1-mile hikes. One's to a cemetery, I think, and the other one is just a loop with a view. So let's figure out how to get out of here. I did photography in college, but like we had assignments, but I don't know, maybe they're in college. I have no idea. Most likely not. All right, it suddenly got super busy when I was coming back up. And that's it. That was quick. There's restrooms here and the lodge. Okay, let's go to Deadwood. By the way, if you ever want to complain about your job, at least you didn't work for the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps. So these people are responsible for building pretty much a lot of national parks, a lot of trails, especially in Texas. And it was hard. It was the hardest job. And yeah, it was part of like FDR's whole like New Deal kind of thing. And then World War II happened, so they all kind of left and went to war. They were like, yes, we're out of the trenches and we're in other trenches. But yeah, next time you want to complain about your job, you could be earning 20 cents a day on the CCC out there building the trails that we get to walk on now and hike on. So don't disrespect, don't leave your dog shit, and don't leave your trash, because somebody was earning 20 cents a day, you know, digging that thing for you. So yeah, like Mammoth Cave, Longhorn Cavern, like all of those, especially the cave stuff, they were all excavated and built by the CCC. Yeah, it got really busy suddenly. Ooh, I smell food. What do I smell? I smell a combination of onion rings and pancakes. Not good. I'm very sensitive to that. Okay, let's get the van and let's go 30 minutes to Deadwood. This is absolutely glorious. I'm sorry, not sorry, but if you've never had Indian fry bread, you're just leave the planet now. Just go. It is so good. I don't want it though. It's too hot and it is too, yeah, it's too hot. And but anyway, they have it here. The Cheyenne Crossing Store and Cafe looks kind of interesting. I should go in. I should go take a look for a minute. I've got plenty of time today. But anyway, okay, let me, I don't know. I'm gonna keep going. Oh, that's horrible. Why did they do that? Why is there a dead body on the ground? Please don't do that. Somebody did that at the bookstore in like the true crime section. And Jeff had just died. And I was like, you're a dick. You're a complete dick. You know? I don't want to see any reference to dead bodies. It's not funny. Not even Halloween. Halloween is just like, creeps me the hell out. So anyway, that's my opinion and I'm sticking with it. Okay, I'm making a left now. I just did a quick detour into that parking lot. Making a left and heading to Deadwood this way.